I recently had the pleasure of having a conversation with veteran CEO coach Teri. We talked about a lot of subjects in the exclusive interview. But in this clip, I'm going to ask Teri a really important question for coaches that are on the minds of all coaches. How do I differentiate myself by expressing my thought leadership? Teri is uniquely positioned to answer this question because she has written a book, she's created an event series, and she's also created an online course. These are three different ways that you could express your thought leadership. But what should you focus on? Get advice from Teri as she answers this important question. After you've watched it, I invite you to click on the link to watch the full interview with Teri. Teri, coaches often spend time thinking about how to express thought leadership because they want to differentiate themselves from other coaches in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. And you've done some fabulous work in the area of differentiating yourself from other coaches. You've written a book, you've created an event series, the CEO Forum, and now you've created an online course for introverted CEOs to establish more executive presence. Do you have some advice for coaches as to how they might direct their energy? Which of these might be a great place to start, or you might have some other advice?
Yes. Well, actually, I have a couple thoughts on this. Number one, I never compare myself to other coaches. So I know that I'm always going to be the best at what I do. So I never think about what other people are doing. So that's one way to just put all that out, away, get that out of your thinking. In terms of choosing the right platform, I'm not sure, vehicle. Well, number one, I would say start coaching and do a lot of coaching. Don't let, I don't have a book. I don't have a course. Don't let that be a hang up or a roadblock for you. Just start somewhere. And then if you're going to do something like a book or a course, do the easiest one. For me, and I'm not saying writing a book is easy, but I had been a ghostwriter. I knew how to write books. I'd written other books, not in the leadership industry, but in wine and travel. So I knew how to do that. So it didn't take me long. But if that's not your thing, do something else. If you're a great speaker, do that. If you have the idea for a course, do that. Doing something certainly gives you something to promote outside of, it's the way you sell your coaching is by using these other vehicles they're kind of your funnels, I guess, how you do things. So, I definitely think it's good to do something and just start with one thing. Books don't even have to be very big. And remember, I didn't write a book to be a bestseller. It's not a bestseller, but I wrote a book to be a brand. I wrote a book to make sure that every CEO has it. I don't care if they read it. They just have it because a book opens doors and it's easier than a course. You can't hand a course to someone. So that was my strategy. Having a great blog that offers a lot of value and a lot of content, that's great. Use social to your biggest benefit. One other thing I'll say is, just as a piece of advice, know what you need to invest in. Books and courses are expensive. Investing in social media is expensive, but sometimes, especially to accelerate your coaching business, you got to make the investments up front. That's really important.
Excellent. I just want to draw a point out that I think bears emphasizing, and that is, think about what might be easiest for you. You mentioned that because you had written before, writing a book wasn't going to be this huge expenditure of effort for you, whereas you hadn't created online courses before, and that is a time-consuming, difficult project.
Yeah.
Some people might have a natural tendency towards doing events. For example, I had events in my background. I worked in the events industry for 13 years. So when I think about your advice, that might be the easiest place for me to start. And so
Absolutely.
I think that's really important what you said there for people to think about. Don't compare yourself to others because everybody's supposedly written a book. I need to write a book. That might not be your superpower or your strength, and it might be very difficult and time consuming and expensive and frustrating versus doing something, as you say, that you're better at, and just take action and don't worry
Just,
about what other people are doing.
just take action. That's, if you take nothing from this video, just take action.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Teri.
Absolutely.
If you gained a lot from Teri's answer to this question, he'll gain much more by watching the full interview. So click on the link below in the comments to watch the full interview with Teri Sitterman.